Hello everyone, welcome to the first episode of my review series, where we take a look back at some of the great games I played during my childhood. For the foreseeable future though, we'll be looking at Wii games, mostly because that was the first proper system I owned as a kid. Today, I will take you back to 2009 when Wii Sports Resort was released. Wii Sports Resort was released back in June of 2009, 3 years after Wii Sports came out. Wii Sports Resort sold approximately 33.40 million copies to this day. Big step down from Wii Sports though, which sold 82.9 million copies but was bundled in with the Nintendo Wii console. I feel Resort is one of the best sequels of all time. Having more game modes, a better progressive system and more objectives to be complete, it outdoes Wii Sports in every way. It also introduces the island of Woohoo, a medium-sized map where all the sports take place, along with Wedge Island where golf is played. Resort has 12 sports that you can play. 2 classics return along with 10 new games. Swordplay. This event is held in the Swordplay Coliseum where you and your opponent stand above the water. Your objective is to knock your opponent into the water before he does you. You primarily use your swing attack, but you can also defend yourself by blocking. Wakeboarding. This sport has you at the back of a moving boat where your objective is to get the most points as possible doing tricks over the boat's waves. The game lasts only 5 minutes. You have the choice of 3 different difficulties: beginner, intermediate and expert. Frisbee. This game is held on the beach. The aim is to throw a frisbee into a certain spot so that your dog can catch it. The closer you are to the centre of the target, the more points you get. In the later rounds, you can start popping balloons for more points. Archery. Archery is held in many different parts of the map. The more levels you play through, the further away the target gets and also the wind picks up. Basketball. This is one of my favourite sports. It's as close to a full-on basketball match as you can get. I would have preferred the use of the nunchuck, but it's still fantastic. You can pass the teammates, shoot for a 2-point or 3-pointer, block, steal and even dunk in this game. You also have 3-point contests, which sees you taking 3-pointer shots from all around the arc on the court. Table tennis. Another favourite of mine. This is Resort's take on Wii Sports Tennis. You can play to 6 points or 11 points. If you hold down the 1 and 2 button just before the game begins, you can play for 11 points. Beginning opponents are extremely easy to beat, but quickly gets much harder with the famous Lucia as the champion to beat. Golf. As mentioned already, golf is played on Wedge Island. You can play in 9 brand new courses along with 9 courses that are in Wii Sports. I think this is where the motion control excels the most, as your movements need to be perfect. There's also new clubs to play with. Bowling. This is played in the Woohoo Island bowling alley. It's completely different to Wii Sports bowling. The motion controls make it much harder to bowl a perfect game in my opinion. Along with normal bowling, you also have 100-pin bowling and spin control. Power cruising. This motorsport is played on the outskirts of Woohoo Beach. It has you driving through the rings in the rough waters. The faster you get through the rings, the better your score will be. Canoeing. This is my least favourite sport. This event is held in the lake right next to the castle on top of the waterfall. It's much too slow for my liking. You have to canoe 200 metres before you can beat the game by passing the finish line before time runs out. There's no room for error at the end, and this is always when the controls stop working properly. Cycling. This game has you cycle all over the island in multiple different tracks. It takes around 5 to 10 minutes with each course getting longer. I'm not a big fan of the controls. You have to pedal with the controller and the nunchuck in each hand. If you pedal for too long, you run out of stamina. Air sports. These events include skydiving, a game where you must connect hands with your fellow skydivers and get as much pictures as possible with them before you pull your chute. Dogfight, the third multiplayer exclusive game in Resort. 2 pilots fly around the island trying to pop the other's balloon before time runs out. And the fan favourite of course is Island Flyover. You are given 5 minutes to fly around Woohoo and Wedge Island collecting eye points. These give you information about basically everything on the island. I really enjoy this game because not only is it fun, but it connects the whole game together. It shows you where every sport is played and it gives you a bit of realism to the game. Resort wouldn't be half the game it is today without this one game mode. Those are the 12 base sports in Resort. If this wasn't a great game already, there's still a lot more modes to try. If you enjoyed Swordplay, why not try Speed Slice, where you must cut an object in the right direction before your opponent does. Or try your hand at Showdown, a half swordplay, half battle royale, where you fight through hordes of enemies around the island. If you enjoyed Frisbee or golf, you'll love Frisbee Golf. It's what the name implies, you play golf with a Frisbee. Maybe you're sick of hitting the archery targets and you want a harder challenge. There are hidden targets scattered around the place in archery. Want to take a break from losing to Lucia in table tennis? Well, try a return challenge. You must return the ball as many times as you can. Sick of cycling solo? Give Road Race Multiplayer a try, where you and your friend ride on a tandem bike together around the island. New addition to Wii Sports and Resort are stamps. There are 5 stamps to collect in most game modes. These range from very easy to extremely difficult. For example, the Not the Face stamp in table tennis is achieved by hitting your opponent in the face with the ball. Very easy. On the other hand, the Ace of Clubs in golf requires you to go 18 under par. This stamp could take months to complete considering how low the margin for error is. But besides all that, it's a great reason to keep coming back and play the game. Not only that, the new leveling system in Resort is amazing. It takes the same idea as Wii Sports but expands on it. Now you have a reason to continue after level 1000. The level cap for Resort is 2500. Another reason to keep playing the game. Is Wii Sports Resort a good game? If you couldn't tell already, I absolutely love this game. Nostalgia aside, Resort did everything it was supposed to do. It expanded on Wii Sports while keeping it relatively simplistic, sticking to the roots of the game. It also introduced the Wii Motion Plus, which revolutionized the Nintendo Wii. I can't tell you how many hours I've put into this game since I got it more than a decade ago. Saying that though, I only recently collected all 80 eye points in Island Flyover. If you have this game lying around, I highly recommend you give it a play. I'll finish with this. In my opinion, Woohoo Island is an iconic gaming landmark, and Nintendo have been ignoring it for years. Sure, it's been in a bunch of Mario Kart games, but they could do so much better. A lot of people have been talking about an open world sandbox on Woohoo Island, and let me tell you this, I'd love nothing more than a third Wii Sports game on the Switch located on Woohoo Island. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. I know the mic has been absolutely terrible, but I'm going to absolutely sort that out because I love making these videos for you. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. See you later.